All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. We got to do some major changes for the new year. Layout, styling, approach, content. Let's get moving. I'm very happy that Magnus Carlsen has agreed to return. The news of the day, the headline of the day. Magnus Carlsen returns to the World Rapid and Blitz. I knew Vichy would work it out. Vichy, the vice president of FIDE, is the man of reason. The man who can get it done. Up late last night, assembling the new chair. Oh, it may not look like the new chair, actually, now that I think about it. We're not unveiling the new chair until January 1st. But it certainly is better and more comfortable. Can we, should we, will we advertise this one? Yes, we didn't get this one out completely, but that's okay. The players that we have here are all the players that we have here. I have a lot of studying to do. A lot of studying to do. We have Yoshi in the background waiting. Pillsbury played 2 games. Now we have Nicola, Srisant, Samuel APA, and Fauberg. So between the 5 of us representing, all right, so we have 4 messages until January 4th at 9 a.m. Oh, then we're good. Through to Saturday. Saturday was the first weekly dojo. And if we do it on a Sunday, that's fine. Did I not get it in? Is that what it is? I didn't get the team message out. Alexa, turn on Dojo. Is that the name of the link? Make sure the link is correct. I actually do not know. Oh, there it is. ADS? ADS. At least that's out. And I believe we're still on the E3s until otherwise noted. I need coffee. I may need to run for coffee immediately after this one. I realize that is the missing ingredient. Oh, seriously now.
Momo chess.
You don't have two attackers.
Momo chess.
Good morning, Momo.
Good.
How are you, Momo? I miss you. I want you. Can I do that? I can't quite do it, can I?
Momo chess.
Said. I'm doing well, hope you had nice Christmas days.
I did. Are you all settled down now, by the way? I'm just curious. I believe that you've all settled in the Netherlands. I'm inviting this, obviously. I am inviting this. You must go away, sir. Really? Am I getting overworked? So he took a bishop, I take a knight. He takes...
Hoberg.
Said. Hello, Momo.
Momo chess.
Said. Always activate the king.
Always activate the kings. Let's see, we have sacrificed an exchange. I don't think that bishop can remain protected, by the way. Nikolaevin. Piece coordination. I have one rook out of the game, but it's going to appear soon. And so how do I wish to do this? Grab another pawn?
Now words.
Pinpoint that one as the weakness?
Momo chess, hello there.
Momo chess.
Said. Hey now, Erds.
Knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. Alright, so we didn't get our exchange back. We are losing our pawn, but we now have two pieces for the rook.
Momo chess.
Said. Just follow in the mind of Yasser.
Nikolaevich.
Really?
Hot.
You have no future with that knight, sir. I'm just going to tell you right now that you have no future with that knight.
Hey John.
Good morning, Lord and JW. Good day. Great to see you. Nico Williams, good morning. No words. Let's catch up on everybody here. Faubourg. We have a very direct and obvious threat. Are we ready to do it? Here, there, and yonder. Here, there, yonder. Oh, that wasn't it.
Lorenzo.
Said. How are
Oh,
you
I'm not
doing,
threatening
John?
anything,
First of
am
all,
I?
happy and healthy. I heard about the recent attacks in New York subways. So sad.
Yeah, stuff happens.
Said. What is happening with Magnus?
Magnus is back, by the way. In case anyone did not realize it, Magnus is back. My alarm to head off to school. I believe we're winning more material here. Knight f7. Bishop takes c6. Offsides queen.
Momo chess.
Look at these pieces.
Said. How do you feel about the dress code, John?
I actually like the idea of the dress code. I think the most logical argument that was made was the concept that is the spirit of the rules versus the letter of the rules that needs to be followed.
But he said I am wearing jeans.
Can I just play that move and threaten mate?
Momo chess.
Said. I think the dress code should prevent people physically underdressing for events.
Yeah, that's all. Business casual, I believe, is the way to go. Business casual, as long as, and by the way, the word business means that you have to be presentable. You can't be judging people based on this, based on that, etc. Basically, if Steve Jobs can wear it, everyone else should be able to wear it.
Momo chess.
Said. Men shouldn't wear sleeveless shirts and shorts.
Momo chess.
What in the world is going on here?
Women shouldn't wear short skirts and revealing dresses.
Alliance.
Said. How can I do after the arena a challenge with you?
Alliance.
Said. 4 points.
Lorenzo.
Said. We should go back to early 1900s dress code, full 3-piece suit, pocket watches, uncomfortable wooden chairs. If they are good enough for Lasker, they're good enough for Magnus. Modern day chess players don't know, they got it easy, I say.
Right? If it was good enough for Lasker, it should be good enough for everyone. Bum, bum, bum.
Momo chess.
Bum.
It was good enough for Nesmith Dino when he plays white, not so much when he plays black.
We're just trying to coordinate our forces here. Is this a fork?
Alliance.
Said.
Is this not a fork?
What happens if I give 1,000 points for a 1v1 challenge?
Lorenzo.
Which 1v1 challenge were we looking for?
Magnus gets too much leeway because he draws the crowds.
No, I disagree. He draws the money. He draws
Momo
the
chess.
money.
Said. Nesmith Dino doesn't play too well with the black pieces.
I kind of disagree. I believe that he knew exactly what he was doing. And now for something completely indifferent. Do I have time to do this? Oh. There may have been a little bit of a...
True.
So what happens if I attack the queen now? I'm not really threatening him unless it's check. Obs.
Holberg.
Said. Next the long hair has to go.
Lorenzo.
Said. I dislike Magnus, honestly. He quits the world championship. Fine, you don't get to then dictate terms on how it should be run. If the training for it is too much, don't play. He whines constantly about everything.
Momo chess.
Said.
Round one, fight. Alright.
Holberg.
Said. No players with long hair.
Momo chess.
No players with long hair.
Fighty should modernize.
Oh no! Removing the defender 101, Samuel. You had to see that. That move was always off the cards. Why is my rating so low? This and other questions. FIDE should modernize.
Said.
FIDE should
Fighty
revolutionize.
Perfect, but Magnus isn't either.
We can start the 1 versus 1 immediately after
When is the 1v1?
this is over, usually. Oh, thank you for it being a sub-bullet challenge.
Momo chess.
Said.
That is best of...
I
That is
also
first
agree
to
that
6.
The classic time control needs an update.
1 plus 1. Neko, what is your Lee Chess username so I can start preparing? I think that the classical World Championship format, I don't think needs to change, honestly. I think that that should always be preserved, but...
My name Luxual.
Luck chill.
Lorenzo.
Said. I still can't believe I saved up all those points for VIP. Took me so long.
You're always a VIP in my heart, Lauren. We spent some quality time together. The last candidates match versus Pegasus. So, oh, he played an OG candidates match. This update is for the sub-bullet challenge. The power of E3 and E6. I have to check after this game as well. As to what?
Said. It's just a shame with work being so busy. I don't have time to stay up late. I'm on holiday at the moment so I can hang out.
You have to really schedule your time tighter. And I know this is a thing for chess players on average. Perhaps this is the least effective of all of the I'm on the outside looking in. Wave a bend. Ah, do I remember you, sir? Did we do this before?
Said.
Just
have now
wanna
scored
be
2-2.
found.
Lorenzo.
Said.
Can I open up the
Without
center?
that squared bishop, white is pretty much only playing for a draw.
And now for something completely different. Two rooks for the queen. Whoop, did not expect that. I did not expect that at all.
Lorenzo.
Said. Doesn't a6 waste tempo kd7 look strong instead of a 6?
Let's start removing a defender here. Can't believe my opponent went after my h-pawns and put their queen off sides. Queen really did not have a future over there.
Momo chess.
Said. Haha, someone just offered me a draw 6 pawns vs 2 in a 3-day per move chess game.
Nikauliamsch.
Said. I'm preparing.
How does he attack properly? That is the question. I'm attacking 2 rooks. How many rooks is he attacking? I'm attacking 2 rooks. He is attacking 1. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Wow, he might have had something there. Sub-bullet challenge. Lukiel, Lukkiel. Well, you're not in the tournament this morning, sir. Whoops.
Lorenzo.
Said. Nice win, John.
I need coffee. I'm going to pause for just a second while I finish this. Race to 6.
Lorenzo.
Said. I thought that maybe KD7 was an improvement on a 6 though.
Nikauliams.
Said.
You thought that...
Yes, I am preparing for the bullet challenge.
Yeah, King D7, maybe. Or even King to B7. Or King to B6? No, it didn't really do anything. King D7. You're right. I have to look back. 1 versus 1 bullet. Let's see. Update. Edit command. Control C.
Lorenzo.
Alright, update.
My idea is that basically without a white bishop, white can't generate an attack effectively, plus his c-pawn is backward, so keep the king in the center, swing the rooks to the king side and kill him.
Nikauliams.
Said. Nice.
And now I need to do it for this one as well. The stream title is going to be updated as well. And I'm going to get coffee. Control A. Real quick. Coffee break. So the chair reveal. I'll do a chair reveal because I was up late doing that. Are we ready? It's the gift for my wife. Not saying a word for the moment. Alright. Coffee. I'll be right back. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Said. Okay, see you soon, John.
Lorenzo.
Said. Oh wow, beautiful.
survived successfully. This is a 2 coffee morning, that's for certain. This will prevent me from having to take a coffee break for the match. Turkey person, good morning. How are you? Namaste. 420. I know where you're coming from. More power to you. I am FIDE trainer and National Master John MacArthur.
Person.
Thanks for following.
Make decisions easier for yourself and harder for your opponents.
Turkey person.
Said. Enjoying the stream.
Thank you so much. We are going to be doing a bullet challenge immediately after this, a sub-bullet challenge. I have to refresh my memory on the sub-bullet challenge versus all of that because we haven't had one in a while. Oh, before I get involved in that. Here we are, up to E3.
Nikauliamsh.
Said. I have to wait 25 minutes haha.
I'm sorry. If necessary, I can refund you if you can't wait. But obviously,
Nikauliamsh.
Said. No problem, now I can prepare.
absolutely.
Nikauliamsh.
Said. Is there also a prize for the winner haha?
There is an inadvertent prize for the winner. But I'm not going to reveal that if you haven't played one before. Well, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Totally unexpected gift. Let's see how my opponent goes about it. I do have to scooch out of this action very quickly. Nikolaevin. E3, C4. If I want a name associated with an opening variation associated with myself, what?
Turkey person.
No, Nikolaevin.
I thought I was confident we've played before on Blitz or Bullet, but I can't find our games.
What is your Lee chess name?
Turkey person.
Maybe we played
Said. Your name looks familiar.
on cheese.com by accident, which I rarely do. I'm the same name on every platform except for ICC. On ICC, I was known as Alakine. I'm still known as Alakine. I'm not entirely sure that my membership on ICC is run out. Now against Faubourg, unfortunately,
Turkey person.
Said. Conial 1774 on every platform yet.
Turkey person.
Said.
Yep, we all grew up on
ICC.
ICC.
Ha ha ha.
Nakalayams.
Said. I have enough points to do another bullet challenge, but I'm not going to do that.
Turkey person.
Said. Are you on the new ICC?
I am on the new ICC. I can't recall if I changed my name or not. Now, let's see here. What do I wish to do? Is this completely under control? I believe it is. I did lose a piece to a 2400 rated player one time because I played knight c3. I went on to win that game. And I won the tournament with International Master J Bone, and that was an over-the-board IRL tournament. Let's just do it. And now... my opponent has tipped the scales. My e3 square is weak. Things are popping. But we are going to handicap his and now for something completely irrelevant. Bishop d3 could have been more apropos. Yeah, I agree. That's not exactly where I wanted to be. This is easily Faubourg's best game to date. Faubourg is playing very reasonably well. I have not yet finished the opening either. So we are, it's very curious. Very, very curious. I need to get the enunciation down that Hikaru Nakamura has. Got to make sure he's not taking back with the rook. I don't really want my king on f1. I'll go back to d1 if I have to. But both of us are about to complete the opening. Was that a tacit offer of a draw? Possibly. And now for something completely indifferent. This, that, and the other thing. There was an awkward moment there.
Oli.
Said. Big John.
Well, that was unexpected. He does have this. Can I go that way? What? He's threatening mate in 2? That's not cool. That's not cool. He's threatening mate in 2. Faubourg, ladies and gentlemen. That was Faubourg. Perhaps with his best game to date.
Turkey person.
Said.
He almost got me with the mate.
With the mate there.
He did. That is how I lose games. Overlooking a small detail. That is how grandmasters often lose to other grandmasters in miniature games, and it's how world champions lose their world championship matches. And now, if you can imagine that mistake transposing into an endgame that is totally lost. It's the same thing that happens when your opponent doesn't make a single threat throughout the entire match.
Said. GG.
Namaste, Faubourg.
Turkey person.
Said. Who were you up for in the WCC?
Well, because I went to Toronto and I went to Singapore purely on behalf of seeing Gukesh accomplish his goal, I can only say that that was my intention, was to see a new world champion crowned. And now, do I want to go that way?
Turkey person.
Said. Both are very likable.
Absolutely, both are very likable. Where are you going now, sir? Whoa. Let's just make sure that that doesn't happen, eh? I believe in you and I believe in you and I. You and I. Where are you headed, sir? Oh no. Oh. I believe in you and I. Oh, I believe in.
Turkey person.
Said.
I am a little bit.
After that.
Lorenzo.
Said. Back.
You and I. Oh. Give the rook a chance. Why is my rating so low? My rating is so low in Bullet too. It's because my room was a mess. In order to assemble this chair, I actually had to clean up the office. Are we done? If we get under 6 minutes, then I can start setting up the very sorry for the late notification on the tournament today. Because I was assembling this chair late.
Said. Is the bullet challenge with rating or not?
Oh, I always play with rating. There are two reasons for always playing with rating. A, it prevents me from playing against accounts that are closed.
Considering playing in the Sydney International Open next year, John.
Really? What are the dates?
Said. I'll join. Is it like us yet?
If you have a flyer for the tournament IRL, please put it in the Discord. For those of you who have not yet subbed to my YouTube channel, please do so. You don't have to hit the bell for the notifications. I'm not that obnoxious, but I do know that if you sub, then you will get a pseudo thumbnail on the
Said. Wednesday, April 23rd,
Oof.
Sunday, April 27th.
You know, that would be a good date if I taught public school. I can only imagine that time zone difference effing me up royally. It would F me up royally. Cold Spell is the name of this one, huh? I always wonder what the name of this one was.
3 Division 16,600 total prize pool.
16K? The entry fee must be low.
Hoberg.
Said. I got a draw against a 2,227.
Lorenzo.
Said,
Yeah, first prize
the
is $1,000.
2050 division first prize is $1,000.
Then the entry fee must be $100 or less. We do a little bit better in the United States with first prizes of $20,000 or $10,000, and the entry fee is about $300. Yep, we are under 6 minutes at this moment. Chess's love can catch up to me.
Said, I always join the Open NK in the Netherlands. I have won $45.
Nice. Should we do it again? Should we attempt the Dutch? This time, though, I have to remember that he already has D5 in.
Yeah, entry fee is its 150, 190 entry fee. Aussie tournaments just don't have the player pool. Said,
Entry fee is
"Not so
150?
much, ha ha ha.
That's wrong. I tell you, that is absolutely wrong.
So it's expensive.
Because the first prize should be 10 times the entry fee. That is a general rule. Minimum of 10 times the entry fee.
Said, yeah, very expensive.
Lorenzo.
Said, Australian chess doesn't have enough players to follow that rule.
Doesn't have enough players to follow the rule.
Said, so it's a little skewed.
And now for something completely indifferent. Wow. F5? I really want to play F5. But I cannot. I do need to keep an eye on this square, that square.
Turkey person.
Said, is it a bullet or blitz tournament?
So let's see, we're putting a piece on this square. All right, fair enough.
Turkey person.
Said, the one you're planning, I mean.
The bullet challenge.
Lorenzo.
Said, I'm sure I'd be able to place in the top half of the 1620-50 division. Outside chance of a prize finish. I'm just so nervous. It's classical Turkey.
I don't have a choice. Unfortunately, I blundered a little bit. He is winning a pawn out of the deal, eh? Is that important? He is attempting to win a pawn out of the deal. Little annoyed that I'm tied down to this one.
Said. John, for coaching, how much per hour is it?
I don't charge by the hour, actually, if you must know. I just don't charge by the hour. I'm very, 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 very...
Said. What then?
I may need to draw this game. Can I draw this game?
Per month, how much?
Too bad that's check. Oh, that's too bad. It did not count for the arena. It is by the month. It depends on certain circumstances. What our goals are, what our objectives are, what we expect from the lessons. Future grandmasters and that type of training is a little bit heavier intensity. So if I have to put more time into the pre-prep for the lessons, if you would like to just be a better chess player, that it can be less expensive, you know, where I don't necessarily have to.
Would you know much theory?
I actually go by increasing your understanding. Absolutely increasing your understanding of the game so that you can find the right move.
I charge by the zeptosecond, which is 1/trillionth of a billionth of a second, the shortest unit of time ever measured for a particle of light to cross a hydrogen atom. It takes 247 zeptoseconds, 1 per zeptosecond.
Turkey person.
Said. Yeah, understanding is
okay.
more important than theory, Imo.
So versus Nico Williams. And then I need to get this in the stream title.
Said, IMA join the Bullet Challenge BTW.
Race to 6. Oh, I can't copy that one just yet without doing this one. Control Shift Z. Oh, I can't do it that way. All right, let's take that out of the title. Sub bullet match, race to 6, yada yada yada. Darn it, I need that one in. Do I want? I think it should be. This is the simplest one. Control X. Magnus returns remains in the title. We get that stream title in place. We got the stream title over here in place. Then we'd throw out the challenge. Oh no, it's still too long. Magnus returns cannot be over here, unfortunately. There we go. That fits. Basically, the lessons, first and foremost, have to be super enjoyable. And a lot of hard work at the same time.
As possible, back 1 or 2 minutes.
Oh, no worries. All set. Getting closer.
Turkey person.
Said, Magnus definitely lost some favor with his latest stunt.
I don't think so. I actually do not think so. I think that he did the right thing to stand up for the players. He was standing up not just for himself, but for everybody in a rapid match. That there is no time to go home for the match. I do believe that each round that you play without an appropriate dress code should have a fine. And it's up to the player if he doesn't want to continue paying money. But you can't just throw somebody out of the tournament because they're wearing the wrong pants. For 1 round or more. Basically, you're not going to pair the person. He can't actually play chess. It is about the chess. But the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law are the rules in this particular case.
Pegasus Sway.
Said, hey, congratulations on first place, John, but you're not wearing jeans these days.
I am wearing jeans. In fact, I want to know, could someone look up for me,
Back.
what brand of jeans,
Turkey person.
what brand of
The
jeans,
rules are rules. There was an hour between games and hotels are 6 minutes away. I agree that it was dire, but Magnus knew that he was pushing FIDE, an organization which already has a rocky relationship with him.
there was an hour between games, assuming that your game finished first, you had an hour, but in reality you had about 15 to 20 minutes each way.
30% end game training.
Let's just say that you have an hour between games. This is 15 plus 10. The games take 45 minutes on average, or 40 minutes. You have 20 minutes before the next round starts. And that means you have to get from downtown Manhattan to wherever your location is, your hotel, because there aren't that many clothing stores in Lower Manhattan that you can choose from. There are stores, of course, depending on what you want to wear, but this is assuming that you find your size and whatnot. Now, assuming you're going back to your hotel, I'm positive that Magnus was staying 10 or 15 minutes away, but still he has to leave the building and then come back to the playing site. Basically, if I had to pay another $200 to wait for a round that finishes
Magnus
earlier,
said
that
it
gives
was
me more
less about
time.
the jeans and more about the principle. There was time to change jeans. His hotel was 6 minutes away.
Turkey person.
But was it really?
I like Magnus, but it seems childish.
But our game is inherently childish. It's building.
Turkey person.
Said. True, it is a board game, ha ha ha.
Lorenzo.
Said. I disagree, John. Part of being a mature working adult is turning up to work the way you're asked. We all have to wear stupid stuff at various jobs. People get sent home all the time. Imagine if an employee threw a tantrum and quit their job because they couldn't wear jeans. It's ridiculous.
Ah, but you wouldn't take the job if you knew you couldn't wear jeans. But I can agree with your disagreement about that particular situation. However, we're talking about accidentally showing up in jeans. I agree that it was his fault at the start of the day.
Turkey person.
Said.
But in professional sports,
him out, they asked Nepo to change sweater too.
No, they've done that quite often. But it's one thing to do it at the end of the day. Honestly, I don't think that I should look at the amount of time that he had. I believe in the fine, but not the exclusion. I agree that in a normal event, if it were a classical event, perhaps, but this is rapid. Imagine if it were the Blitz, right? Imagine if it were the Blitz.
Spidey was at fault too, by the way. He should be even fined, not expelled.
Yeah, on average.
Said. When we starts, John.
Oh, whenever you're ready, sir. Oh, let's go back.
Turkey person.
Said. I agree they took it too far by excluding him, but I also believe he knew it would happen and was relatively happy to be expelled, judging by his tournament standing.
Let's see, we have this up, we have that up, we have the stream title changed. We are 17 followers into this is a learning match in progress. Absolutely. Do I want to do it that way?
Said. In general, I'm getting tired of Magnus' antics. He did Hans Niemann dirty, who since that time has proven that he beat Magnus fairly with his good results in other tournaments. He just got lucky, then he quit the WC and whined about how it's not fair, how tradition should be thrown away and adapted to make him happy. Now it's the jeans, like, dude, stop.
That is very true. That is very true. He definitely
Turkey person.
Said.
Could have handled that one better.
Yeah.
And now for something completely indifferent. Whoop.
Lorenzo.
Said. If it was any other player who did that to Hans, he would be even sanctioned far more harshly. It's purely because he is Magnus.
Oh, you got me good. I can't use my mouse. I have to use my touch screen. No excuses, though. That was a very good game on your part. Oh, 1 for Lukiel.
Nikau Williams.
Said. GG.
I have to remember that I'm playing Bullet.
Lorenzo.
Said. I distracted Oyo, sorry.
That's alright. I do not hold anything like that against anyone. Really? Oh, fine. Couldn't make up my mind on that note. Ooh, I lose a pizza on that one? Lose a pizza on that one. You got away with that one? Maybe the touch screen is not so reliable. What do you think? I think the only abuse of this ever is when someone attempts to get the sub-bullet challenge when they're not a sub. So I'm very appreciative of Nico Williams. I think he was the beneficiary of the most recent sub gifts. Can I do it that way? Let's do it that way. No. So here, there. And now we can... What is he threatening? And where is he going?
Emmanuel Matthew
said, "Can I challenge you?"
We have sub-bullet challenges. I was very lucky in that game. I have a half an hour before I have to get my wife to the train station. And now for something completely indifferent.
Emmanuel Matthew
said, "Friend me on Lycus."
Ah, I know what you're up to, sir. I should have taken with the pawn. But that wasn't what I was all about. Oh no, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I know what I was thinking. I was not actually thinking, but my opponent is helping me out a little bit.
Emmanuel Matthew
said, "It's Gucci's the goat."
Kukesh is the goat? That is pretty funny. Let's make sure the score is correct. 3-1 today. I like the fact that the services and platforms do that. It's always nice when the opponent plays bishop to b5 to gain time on the queen side. Do I want to do it that way? I don't know if I want to do it that way. I am curious, but I'm not happy. I am curious, but I'm not happy. One of those rare queen trappages. Trying our best here.
Said, I have to go.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Ugh.
Emmanuel Matthew.
Said, friend me so I can challenge you.
Are you a sub, Emmanuel Matthew?
Hi Master Chess Dojo, I am glad there is no dress code for my tournaments. Said,
Oh, it's best of 4. Is it best of 6? Is it best of 6 or is it... Wait just a moment. I have to check my own sub-bullet challenge request. Is it best of 6? In most of the matches, it's best of 12 or best of 24. I don't have many follows to hand out. Let's see. Moments, rewards, community. But I will have sub Saturdays and sub Sundays at some point.
said,
Namaste,
there
Pegasus.
have been too many late nights in these days, but the chess party on Saturday night was really nice and we got 2 new members to the chess club. Brilliant idea from the lamp warehouse. Said,
Sure, we can finish it later. Let's try to finish it in the next couple of days. If we can, alright? It's 4-1, right?
Said, if the score is tied after the match, the champion should retain his title.
People don't like ties. As much as ties are possible in other sports, like in the World Cup and football matches and whatnot. But on average, yeah, people don't really think about that. So, what would it have been? If he moved his king in this position, what would it have been?
Pegasus Sway.
Said. Have you seen the games in New York?
I have not been. I'm going tomorrow. I'm going for the knockout part of the Blitz. I think that favors Magnus Carlsen. The knockout matches definitely favors Carlsen. This whole format favors Carlsen.
If I go to a hockey game that uses a shootout to break a tie, I will walk out of the arena rather than watch that monstrosity.
Well, they do use it in certain divisions, don't they, Paul? Don't they use a shootout in some form or another? I believe they do use a shootout in some form or another. So we're up to 379 E3s. Is this possible? Right? I forgot that I'm the only one home. I don't necessarily need to run my wife to the train station, now that I think about it. But Paul, 1E4.
Polly.
Said. The NHL minor leagues and college hockey use it. I hate it. It's just a gimmick.
Yeah. Ironically, they need a, I believe you should just keep doing overtime. Even if it's sudden death scoring overtime. First person to score wins. I believe that's also fair. You give them both a chance to actually play for one more point. And I know they do that in certain sports like American football. American football does not end in a tie. So E3, we're up to 381 now. It seems to be. There's black. 136. Not bad. We're getting our E6s up there. I want to get my E6s up to 200. That's against D4. Against E4, it has to be much more prevalent. 529. And then we're going to start answering E4 with E5. We're going to go through the whole ECOC.
NFL games can end in ties, but they are rare.
Can they end in ties? Are you sure? I don't think so. 35 against knight F3. But if I keep plowing away, I'm going to get there. And then against C4. E6 is the fourth best move. It's about to overtake C6. Who was that at the top? Joaquin Allende. I feel like I know this guy. Who is Joaquin Allende?
Polly.
Said. If nobody scores in overtime, the game ends in a tie.
I should do a few blogs. I'm way overdue for a few blogs. By the way, the French Bishop Chesscast is out. The latest French Bishop Chesscast we accidentally published. This guy's really determined to checkmate me, right? Really? Oh no!
Holly.
Said,
Just when I
was
thought
the
I'd played it.
podcast recorded before or after the jeans controversy?
The day of the jeans controversy. So the first episode, which should be up today. Let's just take a quick peek. Someone can tell me by checking on it. It's very hard to change a podcast once it's up. So when there's a misspelling in a description we've learned, it's actually quite difficult.
J.R. Chess Kid.
Said, Master Chess Dojo.
Master Chess Jojo. Yes, J.R. Chess Kid. How are you, man? Under 2,000 bullet. Do they have such a thing as under 2,000 bullet? Oh, we missed the under 2,000 bullet last hour to try to take advantage of my terrible
Said,
bullet rating.
Yay, nice to see you again.
Holly.
Where have you been?
You need good proofreaders for your podcasts.
Well, I think because of the rush, I actually told him I wanted it up before the second day of the rapid began on Saturday. And then he used the most recent link, which happened to be the wrong one. When it was the first one, which was sent an hour before the most recent link that I sent him. So what can you do? You can't win them all, unfortunately.
J.R. Chess Kid.
Said, did Magnus leave fighting?
No, my title is clear. Magnus returns. Magnus returns to FIDE. We had 2 days of Magnus quitting FIDE. And he actually is doing a little bit to promote chess with all of this drama. Believe it or not. We are going to attempt to play a bullet arena.
J.R. Chess Kid.
Said, oh nice, I've been hiding all this time away.
I know, we didn't get JR Chess Kid quits FIDE. We missed that opportunity for a headline. Who is this guy, Watina Lende?
Pegasus Sway.
Said, I saw the movie Draft Day where Kevin Costner plays the main role, but I didn't understand everything about the first, second and seventh draft. It might be a bad translation into Swedish. Was there talk about the first draft for 3 years in a row? Do you have a simple explanation?
Basically the teams that finish the worst. I'm not sure about how they really allocate it. But I definitely know that most of the good players go in the first and second drafts.
Holly.
Said, it's a shame that the controversy has drawn attention away from Merton's great achievement.
It's true. It did take away, unfortunately. Oops. Fine.
Holly.
I was going there anyway.
I knew next to nothing about Merton before this tournament.
Am I in a mating net now? Ah! I just couldn't move fast enough. I should have gone into instant, I must take all of my opponent's material mode. This is the way to do it. Let's enjoy this one. No! I was having too much fun. I was having too much fun. Every move had to be a check. Oops. Well, that's okay. I can almost live with that one. Can I do it that way? No, huh? Oh, no! He just moved faster than me. He literally moved 3 times faster than me. That was craziness. How can I register this? This will be happening soon, ladies and gentlemen. This will be happening soon. We will be using our day.
Said, I am surprised Hikaru finished as low as he did.
He even lost to one of our students in the last round, right? He lost to a Columbia Grammar student in the last round. I'm sure he's happy about that. He lost to a Columbia Grammar student in the last round. He must be very happy.
Holly.
Said, I'll have to watch his recap on YouTube today.
Come on, baby. My back rank mate is hanging. Really? You're going to do that to me? Uh-oh.
Holly.
Said, BRB after breakfast.
That was horrible. Had to take that phone call as soon as I finished my next coffee. We're going to take a different approach here. Wow. What a pre-move, sir. What a pre-move. What a pre-move.
Vodka martini. Shaken, not stirred.
Thank you for the follow, and thank you for the sub. Mito plays chess. And now for something completely different. I need you to be able to move somewhere. There we go. I had to think about that, mate. I needed his king to be able to go to the But I guess I didn't really need to go to that square. Thank you for the follow. By the way, it's B-Day Trader and National Master John MacArthur. That's the number one mistake. That bishop dump is the number one mistake. Oops, but that bishop dump is not necessarily the number one mistake. Whoop, you're going to leave your king in the center? Then I have to take advantage of it if you're going to leave your king in the center. Can I do it that way? I don't know if I can, but we're going to try. Okay, Pasta. I do need to draw you out somehow. I can't get there from here? What? I cannot get there from here? That's terrible. That's annoying. I don't like it one bit. Lost my queen. I deserved what I got. We're here to play some good chess, folks, but our fast skills are a lot to be desired. We're going to try a speed learning option today. What? Can I do it that way? All right, we'll continue on that note. Can I do it that way? That was terrible. From a checkmate in one to that. From a checkmate in one to that, that was horrible. I don't know who that was, but I appreciate the support. Kevin Naruto. Let's do it. Que pasa? Really? Ooh, at least you didn't get away with berserking me. I think if you're going to berserk someone, you have to be able to have the ability to play 3 times as fast as them. But I don't have that ability. My grandson is sleeping downstairs. You did find a good way of you did find a good way of losing that one, I have to admit. That was very creative.
Hoberg.
Said. How old is your grandson?
He is 6. Trying to remove the defender here. Desperately trying to remove some defenders here. Took long enough.
Hoberg.
Said. Next WC in chess.
The next world champion in chess? That's a good question. That was a simple attack. I wish he had an interest in chess. He has an interest in science, math, things like that. He's not necessarily such a competitive person by nature, But I was never a competitive person by nature either. I really did appreciate just... I think that my worst... Really? You're going to do that to me? Fine. You're going to do that to me again? This guy is really rude. Oh no. Can I do it that way? Oh no, I can't do it that way. Well, at least I avoided maximum damage for a game that I was about to lose.
Hilberg.
Said. Maybe it will come later. I used to hate chess when I was little.
Really? Hate it? That's pretty strong. What? You're really doing this to me, are you? Oh no, I was enjoying myself too much. I am playing a game, eh? What? What happened there? How did I lose a game? I lost a normal game. Oh, did I hit pause by accident? Got it. I hit pause by accident. Rage pause.
Hilberg.
Said. I only took inters in chess at age 16. I'm now 35.
Really? Oh no! Oh no! I'm pinned! Rook F1 would have been a beautiful move there. But I'm pinned. I really finished that tournament on a poor note. Win rate 43%. That's very sad. Let's see what happened here, folks. Computer analysis. Yes, we're indeed doing that, by the way. We are indeed doing that. What was the type of mistake that I made in this error in this game? That is the question.
Pegasus Sway.
Said. PLNR5NU.
So as black, we're up to 529. Play number 5 and place number 5. What? What are you, nuts? You placed number 5? Wow, Ron. Nicely done. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Hay. Beast mode. Did you play Watina Lende? Do we know who that is? If you take their games, enough of their games, and you go through the chess base with the reference, you may be able to see a common denominator among the international masters. And game after game, and the reference search comes up, basically looking at the names of the players that are IMs anyway. Too bad you can't filter by title. Wow, you didn't have to play Watina Lende.
Said. So I missed the chess bus for half my life, but I catch up to it eventually.
Thank you for the follow. Yeah, that's true. Now, what were the reasons why you didn't like chess? Do you have any clue? I am FIDE trainer and National Master John MacArthur. You can check my best games. I used to play very good chess back in the day. In my best games, I have a bishop and a knight mate, a defensive effort with 2 knights versus a pawn, endgame, nothing else on the board, and an obliteration of an opponent that got me $4,500.
35-year break from chess.
A 35-year break from chess. But why do you think you didn't like chess? Can we address that elephant in the room? Jenny Noob, 18. How are you? Where are you from? Mido plays chess. If you're still here.
Jenny Noob.
Said. Hello, sir.
Jenny Noob. I assume that you're not Jenny you.
Polly.
Being a noob anyway. 2-time
I quit
women's
as a freshman
champion.
in college when the state of my academics was even worse than the state of my chess.
Ah, that's interesting. Wow, my monitor is moving forward. Has anyone noticed that? That my monitor was moving forward? Hold on here.
Jenny Noob.
Said,
What is this cat?
I'm just a 500 ratings.
Oh, I see.
Polly.
Said. I couldn't handle losing and getting worse instead of getting better or even being stagnant.
I don't believe in 500 ratings, Jenny Noob. I believe that you are much stronger than that. I almost guarantee that you are much stronger than that. You are not a 500. 500 is the average of your strength in a particular time control.
I am, sir.
I would say that you are probably less than 1,000.
Said. I'm bad in finding mate.
So one thing that I recommend is absolutely doing 100 of these. I will attempt to do them myself now that you mention it. So we'll go to puzzle themes. And if we scroll down, I would, and the way I like to do it anyway, we can do mate in ones, right? So let's just say, right now we're at normal strength. We can put it on the hardest possible strength so I can at least gain a rating point. But notice that these are going across down here, right?
Do you play VS viewers?
Hoberg.
Said. I just had no inters as my dad tried teach me at 5 but it was too difficult.
Polly.
Said. You are a noob, you can't expect to be good until you get more experience.
There is more than one way to checkmate, by the way, usually in some of these exercises. So this is not protected, right? So now, right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to make sure that 10 align across, right? We're just going to practice finding mate in 1. Don't worry about anything else, just finding mate in 1. Double checks, smothered mates. And I do make mistakes, by the way. X-ray defenses. Smothered mates. Have we reached 10 yet? So now let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm hoping that we'll have 20 across and we're going to do 5 rows of mate in ones. That's our primary goal and objective, is just to do 20 mate in ones. We're just practicing the movements of the pieces, Jenny. That's really what we have to do. So basically the square that's the free square for the king is F3 or F5. We're just going to practice the coordinated movements of the pieces. So this square is where the king can go. These are all covered and this one is covered. So therefore all we have to do is diagonal mate. I'm going to try to do 20 to show you what I'm talking about. In this particular instance, this king is completely surrounded and it's probably just as simple as a pawn mate. In this particular instance, he is completely surrounded on all fronts, so we can do it this way.
My mom used to play too, she was very strong too.
Really? Here we have a discovered mate with the help of the rook. When I do it on the hardest level, you can do it on the hardest level. There is no such thing as a hard mate in 1. In this particular instance... Oh, we're black.
Said. Lazab.
So it's a reverse ladder mate with the king being the wall. And now if you've lost track of how many mates you're doing, by the way, you can always go to your profile and it'll tell you here. So we're at 17 now. When I head back, it recreates the exact same position, and we are still theoretically at the hardest level. I gained 1 rating point for 18 exercises. 1 rating point for 18 exercises. The cost is very great.
I'm bad in chess, but I'm Kim to
19.
Super GM in volleyball.
Hoberg.
Said. But she only probably university team.
Polly.
So do we have 20?
There is a hard
1,
mate
2,
in one,
3,
but I
4,
have an
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Is this number 20?
Chess Coach Andres.
Said. Hello, friend.
Chess Coach Andres.
Chess Coach Andres.
How are you? Namaste.
You again.
Legend. That was a very exciting championship. I hope you were there to the end. Chess Coach Andres is one of our legendary raiders, also legendary chess coach, but that goes without saying. Now, I don't think this one counts, by the way.
Chess Coach Andres.
Said. Sadly not.
Chess Coach Andres.
All right, so this is exactly 20.
Left after round 9.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you were there the
Hoberg.
same amount of time that I was there, or I was there for 4,
She
5,
only
and
played for her
6?
University team.
So we're addressing Jenny Noob not being able to notice or see checkmate. Basically, if you choose to do the puzzle themes, I prefer that most of my students try to do 100 in a row with attention to detail. Now, you can do them at the normal level if you'd like, or you can do them at the hardest level. There's no such thing as a hard mate in one. The hardest mate in ones are going to involve en passants, reverse moves, length of the board mates, being able to see the whole board, stuff like that. That's the only way I can possibly conceive of a hard mate in one. But notice that when we're at 21, we've got a new row started. So I'm going to do 5 rows of mate in ones without making a mistake. And when you do make a mistake, try to pay attention to the piece that you didn't really understand why it controlled a square. Most new players don't see pawn control of squares, and they often don't see pawn forks and pawn threats. The pawns move in one direction, and the vast majority of the games, you're just going to be moving the pawns in one direction, and you're just not going to see the threat of a pawn moving forward and attacking diagonally. I once had Miran Cher say to me a rather interesting statement, that women just don't see diagonals, but I disagree with that. I believe that all younger players don't see diagonal threats as easily as they do see ranks and files. All new players have difficulty with diagonal threats. There was one where I actually had to see, in fact, several series where I had to see a diagonal movement with the queen, a horizontal movement with the queen, and then a diagonal threat toward the king side, like a queen lift, shift, and a diagonal threat.
Improve because I easily got bored in puzzles, and I have a lifetime diamond membership, but I seldom use or play the puzzle there.
I do know that they have the mate in one theme. I don't necessarily know how chess.com records it. Basically, I love the lead chess method because you can see them going across. You can literally see them going across. I'm fairly certain that chess.com has something similar. But if I resize this board, it is harder to see backward moves. So I could actually return it to the point where it's 10 across, right? Is that right? No, I can't do it quite completely so that it's 10 across. Well, maybe I can. I can actually reduce this board so that it's 10 across. There's 10 across, 20, 21, 22 we're on right now. So you can do this to your heart's content, and then you can actually do 22. Remember our theme, and this is what young players sometimes do, they forget what their goal and their objective was. They see an automatic recapture and they play a natural move. And natural moves lead to natural disasters. Andres, how are you doing, buddy? I can't remember how many times you came up in conversation after we left, but you are definitely a credit to the game, sir. Seeing you there, hanging out with you, Maurice doing our puzzles. Whoops, that was almost a disaster. That's a disaster. Look at this. I almost made a fast move and I could actually jettison, right? But in reality, it's the piece that is sleeping back here that is the checkmate in one piece. So most of the time, younger players, Jenny, and that's all I consider you if you're under 1,000 in rating, as a younger player, you're only thinking in small quadrants of the board. You're not considering action coming from another part of the board or threats across the board on average. So this one I almost was guilty of too. But in general.
Polly
said, I have been watching chess coach Andres' YouTube videos.
He is not just a genius, but also extremely instructive. And his enthusiasm and passion. I think the thing that really counts, and I don't always have this passion, I admit it, I do not always have this passion, primarily because I am much older than Andres, having been 39 for some time, and I feel a little jaded sometimes. But I do get excited when I find someone who can actually identify something that they want to work on, like Jenny. And if Jenny wants to work on her checkmating ability, basically you have to play it like solitaire chess. You have to be able to do the drills. The same thing occurs, oh, I'm white. The same thing occurs when you are doing any other sport. Imagine tennis with the tennis ball machine coming down and you have to drill those line shots over and over and over again. The backhand, down the line, down the line, down the line. The network. Stuff like that, right?
Said.
Oh, you only
I
play
only
Bug.
play Bug House.
Jetty. Not a tournament player then, eh? We'll notice that we have a sleeping piece back here helping. And I don't think I can increase the size of the screen. The board stays the same regardless, right? Now, anyone who's wondering, the reason why I have this board size...
Bug House, I'm 1,300-ish.
The only reason I have this board size is because I'm trying to have 10 across, so that I can keep track of my progress. This is 5, 10, 20, 30. Here we have to mate with the minor piece, because the queen must remain to deal with that. So in general, if we go to the profile, you can also get a quick update on your profile. So you've done 30 puzzles, no mistakes. And you have to be able to do this on a routine basis. It's the same as doing your sit-ups, your morning workout, your ab work, and stuff like that. Before COVID, I had a regular push-up routine and a regular crunch routine. Since then, I just haven't made it a part of my daily schedule, unfortunately.
Said. Nice mate in 1 Kurt Richter Part 1 page 144 Classic.
Nice mate in 1, Kurt Richter, Part 1. Which book, sir? Are you looking at Chess Coach Andres's? He has a number of YouTube courses that are worth checking out, though. Oh, I meant to do this earlier. Make sure that he gets a shout out. Where are my mods when I want them?
Pegasus Sway.
Said. The Ride Book.
Pegasus Sway.
Said. Red Book.
The Vukovic, the Red Book. I used to have this in another edition. In fact, I have this in hardcover as well.
Noob 18 regular chess will help you improve more than Bug House.
Although regular chess will improve your Bug House too. No, it's not in this book, sir. Page 144 is different for you in Swedish than it is for me in English. Silly. In any event, my grandson is sleeping downstairs. I do have to get to him. We have dwindled to 4 reliable, terrifically awesome viewers. I want to thank you all for being here. There is a new episode of the French Bishop Chesscast out. You may check out my... Please subscribe
But
to...
I don't plan to be title player, I just play Bug House for fun.
Well, fun also includes being able to be good at what you love to do. So that means that practicing with purposeful progress, purposeful intent for progress is a really good way to do it. I hope...
5 viewers if you count me.
Now, we have no one on YouTube at the moment, but please check out my memorable games. There's also quite a number of playlists that I've done that are interactive lessons in the form of going over a game. Unfortunately, there are streams that I would love to edit out some of the distractions, and I may do that. Maybe I'll make that a goal for the holiday. Anyway, this year, make your New Year's resolution to really focus on incremental improvements, purposeful progress, purposeful training. And when you've done 100 maiden ones, by the way, I just want to mention that when you've done 100 maiden ones without an error, then I would actually move on to, I have them in classes, by the way. I would move on to mate in 2 exercises. Checkmate in 2 will help. Look at this X-ray, checkmate in 2, right? Let's bring this board back up. It's interesting that the board size for puzzles remained the same. Wasn't that curious? So we have the knight covering and the bishop covering. And we have an X-ray. This is a lovely checkmate in 2. And I would suggest doing 100 of these mate in 2s. Now, granted, then we're going to take advantage of a pin. Let's turn off. I usually recommend turning off the, this is a back rank mate. And taking advantage of the pin on the rook because the rook cannot defend. Then I would recommend doing 100 in a row, mate in 2s. And if you can actually do that, it's very impressive, right?
Jenny New.
Said. BRB.
This is a standard hook mate with the help of the bishop from behind. I'm actually gaining rating points in doing this. This is almost illegal. Check, check. Checkmate. Using a pawn. Oh! And then I lose 19 points, right? It took me all of 40 exercises to gain 2 or 3 rating points. And then I threw it all away. I didn't even look. Can you believe that? I did not look. I just assumed. Why is this not checkmate in 2? Oh, because the king can go to? The king can go to h3. Got it. So check. And then mate. We can lure him forward. Both of these were retreating moves, by the way. Both of those were retreating moves. Very difficult to see. Very good for your progress and understanding. So that's going to be checkmate with my queen if I can get it. Is that crazy? Queen to h1, king f2. And then using the power of the pawn. Again, a reverse move. So checkmate in 2 moves. Check and mate. Or I can mate on the square. The help of the pawn. Using pawns. Relatively key. This was a mate that I often did not see. This particular mate. This queen and knight formation. When I was younger, I did not see that the knight covered these 2 squares while the queen covered these squares in reverse. I often missed this one. You can also use chessable for your mate in 1s. There are several very good mate in 1 patterns, checkmating patterns. I don't necessarily like when they drill one particular pattern. I actually prefer that they drill by the piece. So is it check and mate? Are we going to work our way back up to 25-40? I don't know. But notice that I did not succeed in getting 100 mate in 2s correct. It's very sad. Very sad indeed. In fact, I don't even see this one off the top of my head. Check. Queen blocks, rook blocks. Oh, and then up. Yes. So it's a ropey dope. So if we go back in time just to understand what happened there. If this queen goes, then it's the same standard checkmate. And if the rook moves, it's the same thing. But if I were to try to go there in the first place, I'm actually removing the defender in a random way in the form of... I almost lost completely on this one, by the way. But it looks like we are both going to be checking in reverse. Then no matter where the king goes, if it went to this square, we had rook f7, and if it doesn't go to that square, we still have. This one is far easier, even though it claims that this is a hard mate in 1. It's a hard mate in 2, that's another question. Check, queen blocks, mate. Almost a smothered mate, really. Alright. This one is tougher. But honestly, we're very lucky because queen h8 is mate if the king moves to the h file. Queen g7 is mate if it moves to g8. And if it moves to f8, queen to d8 is mate. So for example, this square would suffice, but that is probably the hardest one to see. We have 2 different mates. We have queen to e3 mate if the king goes to d2. A lot of these are so very, very, very instructive. Check, king captures, and this is covered. That's covered. So the knight delivers the mate. Remember, this is the checkmate that I often didn't see, or a variation on a theme of that. And we can actually see that the knight is pinned to the e1 square. These are just basic maneuvers that you can work your way through as part of an exercise in piece coordination. This is the simplest piece coordination exercise one could ask for. Now, another reason to study endgames. Everyone should be studying endgames. Primarily because you get these micro movements of piece patterns at their finest. So this king can't move anywhere. It's actually checkmate on c6 no matter what. No matter whether that king can escape or not. Now it's check and mate. This is very scary, folks. We're doing some exercises here. And why am I not seeing this one very clearly? Because I see the king running. Right? All we have to do is seal the door for the king's exit. And then we can deliver checkmate with the rook. This is one of the old, age-old classics with the diagonal mates. Being able to see the diagonal mates if the pawn took the queen. But instead they went that way. 2 forward movements that I did not realize they would do. So if we play... This also helps with your candidate move process as well. Looking at checkmates helps with your candidate move process because after h4 check, the king has to move to a dark square. Bishop to f6 will be checkmate if he goes to h4. And if he goes to g5, then queen to f6 is going to be checkmate. So we had to see first that he couldn't get away in that regard. And this way we get to attack him and defend with the x-ray on that square. This is checkmate in 2. He doesn't seem to be able to stop it if we smother mate him for just one moment. Basically, once you've done 100 mate in 2s, then you can move on to 100 mate in 1s. Here is a smothered mate where we decoy the defender, removing the defender. Very lovely.
Pegasus sway.
Said.
Here's a pawn mate.
NK4QR1 P2 P3 P7 BN3 N2 Q1 B2 P2 3 N4 1 PRR4 7 KW01. If they say the pawns are going that way, then just say checkmate anyway.
Alright, I'm copying that one in. Study. Viewers. Up. It has to be owner. Crossing my fingers this is the one. Add a new chapter. FEN. And it is white to move. Wow. Indexing 66 other players. No game found. Alright, it's true. That's the fastest way to get the position up. So let's see. I assume that we are black, right? Black to move. No, I think it's white to move. Or is it black to move, Ron?
Pegasus sway.
Said. White moves and flip the board.
Ah. Sort of ruined it in a way, right? Alright, white to move and flip the board. But is it a mate in one? That's not mate in one? Oh, the queen can go in the way. Queen is pinned. It's not mate in one this way. This is not mate in one. Or is it mate? If it's mate in two, it's mate in two 5 different ways. Right here, you and me. This can't possibly be mate in one, Ron. Mate in two with queen takes rook. That's too easy. Everything is mate in two. Oh, I love it, Ron. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Ron. That is a beauty. That is a beauty. I'm using that one. Did you pull that from a book, Ron? I'm borrowing that one, Ron.
Pegasus sway.
Said. If they say the pawns are going that way, then just say checkmate anyway, you have b1d.
Yes.
Pegasus sway.
Said. Yes, I send with mess.
Paste. FEN. What? Did it not do that? Copy. Paste FEN. I shouldn't have pasted the original. Oh, that's the... This is the FEN. Silly me. Yep, I'm borrowing it, sir. Control Shift A. Where does this go? Chessable holding. Where are you? So in general, this is a very good one, Ron. Thank you for that. I also want en passant mates. En passant mates, to me, are relatively key. In fact, I could probably compose another of them based on this example, too. It made it a little bit harder, right? All right, back to our mate in twos. We've done 20. This is going to be 30. And it usually does something like this, right?
Pegasus sway.
Said. I'm getting visitors now, they're ringing my doorbell, but have a nice weekend and a happy new year.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you, buddy. We will, if you've not yet subscribed to the YouTube, please do so now. Thank you, everybody. YouTube, you can check out my playlist. You can check out the French Bishop Chesscast. You can find me on all of my socials. And you can also join the Discord to be able to post puzzles there. We definitely need to post that one in the puzzle page. En passant mates. That is the shot. That's what we want to see. More en passant mates. And now, of course, I can't use so easily the number. I wish it would just give you the number that you need to be at, right? So let's see here. When we were up to 5, that's 11. 5, 10. This is going to be 30 coming up. That one didn't count, by the way. These are all checkmate and 2 moves. Check and mate. Little micro patterns. This is a removing the defender so that we can play rook to e8. This will be our 30th coming up, and we're at 29 and 1 here, unfortunately. Check, king moves, queen to d8, checkmate, yeah? So that was 30 checkmate and 2s. And 1 mistake, right? So we did 30 of each. And we could do 30 mate and 3s. But I really believe in the mate and 1s, being able to do 100 routinely without fail, being able to see and make note of the piece movement that you did not register. Absolutely every single time. Keep on working on that. Hold the phone here. Just grabbing something from that side of the room. And the Rilton Cup coverage is going on with quite a number of viewers. Hannah says, very good friend. Anna Maya playing. I don't know who she is doing commentary. Just looking for friends. Cantana is playing in... Where is she playing? The Rilton Cup as well.
Polly.
Said. Bye.
No, stick around for the raid, Paul. Pretty please. Let's do it. Ready? And we're off. What's this say? We'll raid my good friend Hannah. The sun has come up, so I've turned wider and wider as we're going along. It's rather sad. Thanks everyone for being here. We're very close to our follower goal.
I'll stay for the raid.
Thank you so much, man. Basically, Jenny Noob, Mido Plays Chess, and Turkey Person 420, thank you for the follows. Thank you for subbing on YouTube. I'm hoping to pick up a new sub every single day for the remainder of the year. We have a couple days to go. Please check out the YouTube playlists, the My Memorable Games, and of course, the French Bishop Chess Cast. I should include at least all the links for the French Bishop Chess Cast are there. Cheers and ciao, everyone. Thank you so much. Great to see you.
Doesn't really have too many options because he doesn't really want to take and allow this passer. So he's going to play rook c8. And now white doesn't have an option because if she goes here, well, this is still working, but it's sort of like on the risky side because this queen here is still doing a lot of damage. So the rook should move away from the attack to be able to take the knight, and then yeah, something like this, or even this pawn is also hanging. So white has to find rook c1. And after this, well, you cannot take back the queen because you lose the rook, so you have to take like this. Now black has choice. Black can take many things, and apparently one of these is better. So it's recommending against queen b3. I guess because you would rather take the bishop. And we don't even take the knight because we want a queen. And then obviously we get the queen and just settle on the draw. Although I would probably push this for white. out of my window, but I don't live that far up north. I live in Canada, but not up north. I live in Ottawa, which is a southern Canadian city. So the Northern Lights aren't like a typical thing. They're not a typical thing in my city, but I did see them once this year when it was some special occasion that they appeared in my city, but not usually. But we have them every day with the projector.
And a message.
Yeah, close enough, close enough. Well, I think about 80% of the population lives in that little strip just next to the US border. I think about 80% of Canada's population lives about 100 kilometers away from the US border. Something like that. I don't know the exact stat, but something like that. Oh, you see the Aurora Borealis now and here and there in Stockholm? Cool. I guess Stockholm is more north than my city in Canada. Hello, Pizza Racer. Okay, we're still waiting for the... Oh, we're not. He played. Why is it not... somehow the live board is... It's there, but it doesn't make the move for me. He did play Rook C2... Rook F to C8. He did play Rook F to C8. That's what we expected. I didn't know which rook it was going to be, but this rook is logical. I'm not sure what this rook is actually going to do in life, but it's not... it's up to him to figure out. So I think here we can expect either Rook C1 or C3. Thank you, Sign Felix. I appreciate it.
Hysterical.
Oh, did she play? No, she didn't play. Why did the F rook and not the A rook? Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, she played Rook F to C8, Rook F to C1. She also played this rook. I don't know why they both decided to go with this rook. But this rook, this is a move that we talked about as well. But I thought that she was gonna put the rooks like that, where one rook will be on C1 and the other rook will be on D1. But the rooks had to just match each other. We had to do it back. We had to do it back. The action is on the queen side. Well, they want the action to be on the queen side, so it's gonna be on the queen side. These two rooks, maybe something will happen to them. Wait until the kid starts to eat the banana. He hasn't yet. Nobody has won the banana battle just yet. Nobody has won it. Did he play? No, he hasn't. Yes, so, well, one consideration is not losing the A pawn. That's true. So if you're concerned about something like knight to C5, and you're planning to take back with the knight, then this rook is actually protecting this pawn. But what is black's rook doing on A8? That's the question. I mean, I think the bigger question is this rook. This rook, fine, protects A5. But what is that rook mysteriously doing on A8? But so far, our position is good. None of them have made, like, blunders or anything. So the position is pretty good so far. it's even and balanced. She's planning to push c4 at the right moment. Yes, at the right moment, yes, but I don't think you want to open the b file, and maybe not yet. Maybe not yet, because I think what black is gonna do, at least, is that they're gonna push the queen away from this file and then actually attack this pawn. And the computer, okay, I actually don't know if this is... I'm a bit concerned about this position now, because we talked about bishop f3 being a blunder. Bishop f3 looks like a really natural move, but it's a blunder here because of this, which I think she's gonna see once we get there. It's just an unpleasant thing to deal with. And how else do you defend this pawn? Well, I think rook to d1 makes the most sense, which is what she's likely gonna do, but then black can just double up like that and once again maintain the pressure on these two pawns. So it would be annoying to defend, but nothing